Why does money disappear so fast? We get paid, feel rich for about 3 days. Then suddenly, our balance looks sad. Very, very sad. And the worst part is, we don't even know where the money went. No big purchase. No crazy shopping spree. Just gone. That's the real problem. It's not low income. It's not inflation. It's not the economy. It's because there is no system for how to manage your money. Most people don't actually know how to budget money in a simple way. They don't know how to make a budget that works in real life. So they just hope their money lasts until the next payday. And hope is not a strategy. That's why people stay broke for years, even when they have decent salaries and stable jobs. Now here's the crazy part. There is a very simple rule. No apps, no spreadsheets, no finance degree required. Just one rule. And it quietly changes people's lives. It's called the 50-30-20 budget rule, also known as the 50-30-20 rule only. Today I'll show you 5 simple things about this rule. Things nobody really explains properly. Things that actually make the 50-30-20 budget work in real life. And if you apply just one of them, your money stress drops fast, your savings start to grow, and your future suddenly looks way less scary. Let's start. First, let's talk about this. What is the 50-30-20 rule? It's super simple. This is quick recap. The rule is simple. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and investing. That's it. No complicated math. For example, if you earn $3,000 per month, then $1,500 for needs, $900 for wants, $600 for savings and investing. Simple. But here's the truth. Most people do this instead. 70% for needs, 40% for wants, minus 10% for savings. Yes, negative savings. That's called debt. This is exactly why learning how to budget money properly matters. So now, let's break down the rule in a way that actually works in real life. Simple thing number 1. The rule is not about restriction. It's about permission. This is the exact point where most people get budgeting completely wrong, and honestly, it's not really their fault. When people hear the word budget, they immediately think it means their life is about to get boring and miserable. They imagine a life with no fun at all. No coffee in the morning, no Netflix at night, no eating out, no small rewards. Basically, no life. And because of that, most people hate budgeting before they even try it. But here's the truth that almost nobody tells you. The 50-30-20 budget rule actually does the opposite of restriction. It doesn't take things away from you. It gives you permission to spend. That 30% part of the 50-30-20 rule is not a mistake. It is there on purpose. That money is your guilt-free money. It's money you are allowed to enjoy without feeling bad later. So yes, you can buy coffee. Yes, you can watch movies. Yes, you can eat out with friends. And yes, you can enjoy your life. Why? Because it's planned spending, not emotional spending. Most people overspend not because they are careless, but because they feel too restricted for too long. They keep telling themselves, I'm broke, I can't buy anything, I need to stop spending. And then life happens. One bad day at work, a stressful week, a bad mood, too much pressure. And suddenly, boom, impulse spending kicks in. $50 here, $100 there, $200 gone before they even realize it. But when you already know, this money is allowed, this is part of my plan, something changes in your brain. You feel calm instead of guilty. You enjoy spending without panic. You stop binge spending because there is no pressure building up inside you. You don't swing between saving everything and spending everything. You stay balanced. And this is not about math at all. This is about psychology. Budgeting that feels like punishment will never last long. But the 50-30-20 budget rule works because it feels human, realistic, and sustainable for real life. Simple thing number 2. Most people misunderstand what needs really mean. This part is actually a little dangerous, because this is where most people accidentally destroy their own budget without realizing it, especially when they are still learning how to budget money properly. They start labeling almost everything in their life as a need, even when it clearly isn't, which completely breaks the 50-30-20 budget rule. People say things like, I need a new phone because my current one feels slow. I need food delivery because I'm tired after work. I need a luxury car because it looks more professional. No, you really don't. Real needs are actually very boring, and that's how you know they are needs when you are figuring out how to make a budget that actually works. Needs are simply the things that keep you alive, safe, and able to function in everyday life. True needs are things like rent or housing, basic food that you cook or buy without extra luxury, utilities like electricity and water, transportation that gets you from point A to point B, insurance, and minimum payments on your debts. And that's basically it. Needs are not the newest iPhone. Needs are not daily Starbucks runs. Needs are not 5 different streaming subscriptions you forgot you were even paying for. Here's a very simple trick that makes this clear instantly and helps you understand how to manage your money better. Ask yourself this question honestly. If I lost my job tomorrow, would this expense still exist in my life? If the answer is yes, then it is probably a real need within your 50-30-20 budget. But if the answer is no, then it's not a need at all, it's a want. This one small mindset shift alone can free up hundreds of dollars every single month without you feeling like you are suffering. And when your needs start to drop closer to, or even below 50% of your income, the way the 50-30-20 rule is supposed to work, your entire financial life starts to feel different. Why does this happen? Because pressure disappears. You breathe easier. You save faster without forcing it. And you stop panicking every time money comes up. Lower fixed costs equal more freedom. And freedom is what most people are actually chasing, not more stuff. Simple thing number 3. The 20% savings is not just saving. This part is huge, because this is where most people think they are doing the right thing, but they are actually missing the bigger picture when following the 50-30-20 savings rule. When people hear the word saving, they usually think it just means putting money into a bank account and then never touching it again. And that's it. End of story. But that idea is incomplete, and honestly, it can slow you down if that's all you do when learning how to manage your money long term. The 20% in the 50-30-20 rule is not just for saving money, it is for taking care of your future self. It is money meant to protect you, grow you, and move you forward at the same time. That 20% can go toward building an emergency fund, investing for the long term, learning new skills that increase your income, starting a small side business, and preparing for retirement so you are not stressed later in life. Saving without any growth is very slow and can feel frustrating. But investing without any safety is risky and stressful. That's why you need both, working together. Here is a very simple order that actually works in real life and makes the 50-30-20 budget rule sustainable. First, build an emergency fund that can cover 3 to 6 months of your basic living expenses. This is your foundation, and without it, everything else feels shaky. Second, focus on paying off high-interest debt, because debt with high interest quietly steals your future income. Third, start investing long-term so your money can grow while you sleep. And fourth, invest in yourself by learning skills or building something that can increase your earning power. This is how money actually grows in a sustainable way. Most people skip the first step and jump straight into investing or spending. Then life happens. The car breaks down. A medical bill shows up. A family emergency comes out of nowhere. And suddenly, boom, they are back in debt again. That's why the 20% in the 50-30-20 savings rule is not just savings. It is your shield when life hits, and at the same time, it is your weapon for building a better future. Simple thing number 4. The rule is flexible, not a prison. This part is very important because a lot of people quit budgeting too early for the wrong reason, especially when they are still learning how to make a budget that fits real life. They think they failed just because one month did not go perfectly according to the plan. But real life is not clean or predictable. Life is messy, and money usually becomes messy with it, no matter how good you are at how to manage your money. Some months are just harder than others. Rent goes up without warning. Medical bills suddenly appear. Unexpected expenses show up when you least expect them. And that does not mean you are bad with money or bad at how to budget money. The 50-30-20 budget rule was never meant to be followed perfectly every single month. It is not a strict rule that puts you in a cage. It is a direction that helps you make better decisions over time. Some months your numbers might look like 55-25-20. Other months might look like 60-30-10. And sometimes if you are doing well, it might even look like 50-20-30. And all of that is completely okay. The real goal of the 50-30-20 rule is not perfection. The goal is awareness. When you know exactly where your money is going, you are the one in control of how to manage your money. But when you don't know where your money goes, money slowly starts controlling you instead. Most people do not fail with money because they are irresponsible or bad at math. They fail because they expect themselves to be perfect and give up the moment life gets messy. But consistency always beats perfection. Every single time. Last but not least, simple thing number 5. This rule changes how you think, not just your budget. This is probably the deepest part of the entire 50-30-20 budget rule, and it's something most people do not notice at first. At the beginning, it feels like you are just organizing your money or learning how to make a budget, but slowly, something else starts to change in the background. The rule does something very sneaky in a good way. It quietly trains your brain to think differently about money and spending, which is the real foundation of how to manage your money long term. Over time, you naturally start asking yourself better questions before you spend. You pause and think, is this really a need, or is it just a want in this moment? You ask, does this purchase actually help my future self, or does it only feel good right now? And sometimes you even think, is this really worth using my 30% on, or would I rather spend it on something else later? Because of this, you slowly stop buying random or pointless things that don't add real value to your life. Not because you are trying to be cheap or deprive yourself, but because you become more intentional with every decision, which is the real lesson behind the 50-30-20 savings rule. You stop chasing lifestyle upgrades just to impress other people. You stop comparing your life to what you see online, and instead, you start chasing something much better. You start chasing peace. And that is what real wealth actually looks like. Not cars, not watches, not flexing on social media. Just peace of mind, knowing your money is working for you instead of against you. Let me tell you why this rule goes viral. Because everyone feels the pain. Money stress is universal. People are tired of living paycheck to paycheck, pretending they're fine, being scared of emergencies. And the 50-30-20 rule feels possible. Not extreme, not fake, not scammy. Just simple, and simple spreads. Do this today. Right now. Check last month's spending. Categorize into needs, wants, savings. Adjust next month slightly. Don't aim for perfect. Repeat. That's it. No motivation needed. Just action. Listen, you don't need more money. You need a system. The 50-30-20 budget rule is not magic, but it's powerful. Because it's simple. Because it's realistic. Because it works for normal people trying to learn how to manage your money in real life. And if you give it 90 days, your life won't look the same. Less stress. More control. More confidence. That's real success. If this helped you even a little, you already know what to do. If this video is beneficial, please share and comment. And if you like financial content like this, like and subscribe this channel. Hundreds K.